What is up, everybody? VitalSyntax here, and Battlefield 3 obviously has had a huge patch recently. Changed a lot of the weapons and attachments. Obviously, I did a video previously showing you the M16A3 with all the different attachments, but in this video I'm going to be showing you guys my favorite kit setups as of right now. Obviously, this is definitely going to change over time, but this is just based off of what I've been trying out. And the gun I've been using the most is the M16A4, which is the counterpart to the M16A3, which is the fully automatic version. This one's the 3-round burst and semi-automatic version, although M16A3 also has semi-auto. But being a burst weapon, it's a little bit better at longer ranges. One of the things that they changed about the A4, M16, and also the M4, the carbine version for the engineer, is that they have an increased vertical recoil but decreased horizontal recoil. And what that is going to allow you to do is basically be a lot more accurate at longer ranges, because you don't have to worry about left and right recoil. Now for attachments, I'm running the Cobra sight. It has the least I guess intrusiveness with the actual aperture that you're looking through. I like to use the Cobra, or sometimes I'll use the holographic sight, which has a slightly higher magnification, so if you're playing at a little bit longer ranges. But typically the Cobra is what everybody sticks to. For the underslung attachment, the foregrip is not a good idea to use with the flash suppressor, but it is a good idea to use with either the heavy barrel or the suppressor, because the foregrip has a negative effect on your ADS accuracy if you're not using the suppressor or the heavy barrel. So if you use it in combination with, once again, the heavy barrel or the suppressor, it negates that decrease in ADS accuracy. So I find that foregrip and heavy barrel is a great choice, although it doesn't feel like it's the best choice for this weapon set, because what the heavy barrel is doing is it's increasing your accuracy, but it also increases your vertical recoil, which the M16A4 in comparison to the A3 already kind of does that. It decreases your horizontal recoil but increases your vertical recoil. So I find that the foregrip obviously isn't really that useful, since it's not very much horizontal recoil in the first place, and the heavy barrel isn't really that useful in the first case because it's already super accurate, and you don't want more vertical recoil. So what I do is I run the underslung rail, or sometimes the bipod. Bipod's a much better option than it was before. They've increased the time, or decreased the time it takes to deploy, and it's also more effective. It also increases the amount of suppression you could do, and suppression is obviously a major factor now, especially in competitive play. Whoever really gets the first shot off is kind of the king, which I personally hate. I wish suppression was removed altogether, but that's just my opinion. And that's not what this video is about. I'm not going to be talking about suppression. I might talk about that in a future video, because that's kind of a controversial topic right now, but this is going to be my best, at least favorite setup. So I'm using the Cobra underslung rail and the flash suppressor. Now the flash suppressor, what it does is it decreases your recoil, similar to the suppressor, but actually even more effective. And it's also going to hide your muzzle flash, which isn't super helpful, but it is kind of more helpful in the situation I'm using it, and that's in combination with the M320 smoke. So the 320 smoke grenade launcher really wasn't that useful beforehand, before the patch, and the reason for that is because you could see the person's Dorito. So if I shot smoke here and there's a guy on the other side, if I ADS, there's a little Dorito that shows above him. Obviously nobody else is in this server, so I can't show you guys. But the Dorito, the little red triangle, would show up on top of that enemy player, and I could easily shoot him through the smoke. Now they've completely changed the way the Dorito works. They haven't changed the smoke to my knowledge, but the smoke is more effective now because of the way they've changed the Dorito. So the way the Dorito works is that, or I guess I should call it the 3D spotting, although not necessarily 3D spotting, but 3D, I'll just call it the Dorito. The way the Dorito works is you have to be within about this range, me to that barrel, or that crate right there, which is, I don't know, maybe like 20-30 feet, maybe a little bit more. And if you're within this range or anything closer, you're going to see that little triangle. But if you're at a longer distance, say like right here, you're not going to see that. And you guys can test this out for yourself. I tested it out quite a few times with different weapons, different smoke and everything. So even if there was smoke down here, I would still be able to not see that Dorito. And even if I was this close and there was smoke down, I would be able to see the Dorito. So the smoke doesn't really affect the Dorito, but they have changed how the Dorito works. So why am I using smoke? Well, obviously now it's a lot better, and in competitive squad rush, smoke is a huge factor, especially now that it's been nerfed since the Dorito's been fixed. And on top of that, I'm using the flash suppressor, like I said, which is kind of a good choice, actually a very, very good choice when using the smoke, because let's say I have smoke down and I run in here and I want to shoot at somebody that's, say, spotted on the mini-map, or I can maybe see them before I throw the smoke down. I can shoot without having to worry about giving my position away because my flash is hidden, hence the flash suppressor. So yeah, that's basically my favorite setup for the primary weapon. I'll once again go over that real quick. That's the smoke grenade, the flash suppressor, and the Cobra sight. Now, obviously, if somebody else in your team is running medpack, then that's very, very helpful. You don't want everybody running smoke on your force team if that's what you're playing, because medpacks are so important since there's no health regeneration in competitive squad rush. So I would say at most probably run 2 smokes, 2 medpacks, but you spawn with, I believe, 3 smoke grenades, which should be enough for a push. So I recommend just using 1 smoke grenade player and 3 med packs. Now for my secondary, I think everybody knows this, but the 44 Magnum revolver is by far the best pistol. Not necessarily, I wouldn't say, sorry, not the best. The G18, and there's some other ones that are very, very good as well, but they've buffed this weapon quite a bit since the last patch, this most recent patch, and it sounds sexy as hell now too. You can hear that they changed the audio file for it. So this weapon has a very, very good accuracy, whether that's hip fire at close ranges or ADS at longer ranges. You can also throw on the scope if you want. So some of the things they've changed with this new patch is they've obviously changed the audio file so it sounds a little more beefy. They've also changed the damage ratio, so I believe it has a 1.5 chest multiplier, so if you're at close range, that's going to be a 75% shot, I believe. I could be slightly off on those numbers. They've also increased the fire rate significantly. I'll shoot as fast as I can here. So you can hear it shoots very, very, very fast. And outputting 75 points of damage at close range, I mean, you obviously only need 2 hits, or 1 hit with that, and maybe some other hits with your assault rifle. So at close range, this thing's super, super deadly as long as you're accurate and you be careful with your shots. And at long ranges, it has basically no bullet drop. Here, let me show you at this wall. So I was aimed right there, and you guys can see the bullets went right on target. Very, very little bullet drop, making it and it also has a very fast bullet speed for a pistol. So it's a very good option for long, medium, and close ranges. So yeah, that's basically my kit setup for Battlefield 3 as of right now for competitive squad rush. Obviously, this doesn't apply to most of the public servers. This is more for competitive play. So hopefully this helps some of you guys out. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to give me a like or a favorite, and subscribe if you want to be auto-notified when I upload the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.